I'd better back up. We don't have enough road to get up to 88.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads. Boy.
Hello, yes, this is another guy making a channel about God of War and trying to predict what's going to happen in God of War Ragnarok until we're all inevitably wrong when the game comes out. To me, one of the more interesting and mysterious aspects of the next game is time travel. There is practically no doubt we're going to see Kratos and Atreus travel in time in some capacity, but we don't know how, why, or for what reasons. But I think I found a lot of clues in trying to figure out what's going on with time travel and why Angrboda is the key to it. In both Angrboda's promotional image and her shot in the trailer, she seems to be in Jotunheim, since the color of the rocks and the surroundings seem to match, and in the promotional image specifically, we can definitely see the big mountain from Jotunheim we see throughout the first game. However, something's different. In the promotional image, we can see some weird things flying around, whether it's some spores or plants or creatures, we're not certain. More importantly, the mountain itself seems to have flowers and blooming around it, so there is indication of life. And in the other shot, which I do believe to be Jotunheim, we can see different plants too, so we can see something we haven't seen in the first game in Jotunheim at all, and that's life. But how's that possible? Why is there life in Jotunheim now when it was clearly all dead in the ending of the last game? And to me it seems that this is Jotunheim from the past, and I thought Angrboda is from the past too, but then I remembered these words from the director of God of War Ragnarok, Eric Williams.
From Angrboda, she's one of the last remaining giants, and her story is pretty amazing and how it fits into the world of God of War. And she's one of the last giants that's living.
So now I am more inclined to believe that Angrboda is a time traveler. For one, she managed to stay hidden from all the Aesir gods, even Odin, which suggests that she probably managed to travel through time to escape from them. Secondly, let's look at Angrboda's panel on Jormungandr's shrine. We can see her quite literally breastfeeding Jormungandr, so unless it's some sort of metaphorical representation, it seems that she will conceive and bear Loki's children naturally.
You're both cracked!
Keeping that in mind, considering the fact that both Angrboda and Loki are currently kids, and that Ragnarok is seemingly very close to the time of their meeting, there is definitely no way they would manage to bring to the world a giant wolf, a giant snake, and the ruler of the underworld, as well as being able to let them grow big enough to match the Aesir gods during Ragnarok.
Unless, perhaps, he refers to something yet to be.
It is also suspicious that both Jormungandr and Fenrir, aka Xevnir, who, according to Mimir, is clearly already in the world and considered an enemy of the Aesir, seem to have existed in Midgard way before Atreus was born. But how is it possible that Loki's kids have been in the past for a while, unless they were brought there? I think this is enough evidence to suggest that Angrboda knows the secret to time travel and is able to bring others along with her. But what role would this fact play in God of War Ragnarok and beyond? Well, we know that in the game, Kratos wants to prevent the Ragnarok without war.
War is not the only way.
And one of the ways to do that is to prevent its catalysts. In particular, Odin sending Skoll and Hati to the sky, and Freya enchanting Baldur with
invulnerability to all threats, physical or magical.
Because if she never curses him, Baldur would never need to go bother Kratos, which means Kratos doesn't need to kill Baldur, which means Fimbulwinter never starts, which means Ragnarok doesn't happen. Yet. So what exactly is going to happen? We know Kratos and Atreus will find Tyr, and considering the gods' very strong connections to the Jotun, it's likely that he will tell them about Angrboda being one of the few people to know about her and her time travel capabilities. The three will find her, and she would lead them to the source of the time travel, which I believe to be some sort of tear in the world tree. We know that Jormungandr will travel through time during the battle with Thor by splintering the Yggdrasil, And considering all the realm tears and the like that already exist in the world, we can assume a splinter like that already naturally exists and Angrboda is the one who found it. So Angrboda will lead Kratos and Atreus to the Jotunheim of the past, which is when I think we're gonna see the line from the trailer.
You'll get your answer soon enough. Well, some of them.
And that naturally will explain all the life we see on the poster and in that shot. I believe this section of the game will be Kratos and Atreus meeting with the giants for the first time. Obviously, it's a very big deal, especially for Loki, who would get to properly meet his kind. Either way, for whatever reason, the two would fail in their mission and will have to find some other way to prevent Ragnarok. And to address the elephant in the room, yes, I do believe Kratos and Atreus will go blow the horn using this method. I honestly cannot come up with a single reason why they would need to go talk to the World Serpent at that specific point in time. However, considering the nature of the no-cut camera, we need to see it happen, and it would only make sense for Kratos and Atreus to go back in time, blow the horn, and talk to the World Serpent. However, this will not be the last of time travel we will see in the game. I believe Kratos and Atreus wouldn't be able to prevent Ragnarok peacefully and would have to fight. So the last time we see them time travel is to bring in the army of giants to battle. Even though Odin knew the giant kind would be his end during Ragnarok and even managed to end their entire race in our current timeline, he didn't account on the two last living giants to still lead the Jotun to battle, even though they're the ones from the past. Time travel has a very important role even past the events of the game though. Whatever the outcome of Ragnarok may be, it is clear that Loki and Angrboda will go on together. Then, in order to fulfill the prophecy of Ragnarok, Angrboda will have to go back in time and bear Loki's kids so they can grow up and be ready to battle at Ragnarok. Her mural depicts her with Jormungandr surrounded by wolves, which I interpret as Loki's protection, or rather, Loki commanded the wolves to obey Angrboda. As we know from the first God of War's novelization, even though I don't consider it canonical per se, we know that Kratos was brought to Midgard by 3 wolves carrying him by command of some hooded woman. I believe that hooded woman to be Angrboda traveling to the past and commanding the wolves to bring Kratos to Midgard, and thus the Norse saga comes full circle. The song brings his father to Midgard so that the fate of the 9 realms would come to pass, as prophesied. So, there you have it. This is what I think is going to happen in terms of time travel in God of War Ragnarok, and why I think Angrboda is the key to it. Did I miss something? Does it make any sense? I have no idea, but I would love to hear what you think. I find this topic very interesting. It's extremely mysterious, and all the mystery around Angrboda is only adding to it all. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.